This time, we do want to bring in our political expert when we get that opportunity to kind of break down this race, some of what we saw here tonight. We're joined by Dr. Cindy Rugeley from UMD. We saw Roger Reiner win 60-40 the results of the election here tonight. Your reaction to those results and that wide margin of victory for Reiner?
I think after the primary, it was pretty clear that she was going to have a tough row to hoe. I mean, she would really have had to, he would have had to got just about every vote in the primary that he was going to get in the general election in order for her to have a chance. So I suspect she knew she had a tough time and that it was going to be a difficult challenge for her.
We saw in the primary races, obviously, there was a slant and there was a huge indicator that Roger Reiner was a very strong contender for Emily Larson. Do you think with voter turnout, was that indicative in a race like this, when voter turnout is high, that it's usually going to be someone to unseat the incumbent?
It's usually a sign of a competitive race.
Okay.
That's what that kind of tells you. And you're right, he is you can talk about different things in political science and how they classify quality candidates, but he was a good candidate. He had experience, he knew how to run a campaign, he was disciplined, and it showed in the campaign. There's a lot of questions if she was ever going to win. It's really, really tough to win multiple terms. And as he demonstrated, you go and you say, if you're happy with everything the way it is, that's cool, you've got your mayor. Otherwise, vote for me.
We'll get to the official results of that at-large city council race here in a few minutes, but it was also a very good night for Eric Forsman and Lynn Nephew, and then you throw Roger Reiner into that as well. So the moderate candidates, the moderate DFLers tonight, had a very excellent night. Folks watching this from the outside of Duluth, politically speaking, what's the takeaway?
I think what you just said, I think the moderate candidates had a very good night. And I think you're starting to see that when there are these citywide, nonpartisan type elections, that it's the moderate candidate that does well. And when you have a race that, is based around the UMD area, the east side of town, then the DFL candidate does a little bit better. But, you have to wonder, what this says about DFL endorsements and the value of them in elections like this. Seems like the labor-endorsed candidates did a little bit better.
Well, we'll see if anything changes going into next year's very big elections, possibly in reaction to what we see in Duluth tonight. Dr. Cindy Rugeley, as always, on election night, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's good to see you guys.